everyone, and welcome to episode 116 of the Social Liability Podcast, the podcast where we discuss those folks in our lives that violate the social contracts that we all agree to live by. I am your host, the Raspberries, with both my co-hosts, the Buck and the Duck, bringing you news from the far reaches of the internet about those folks in our lives that violate the social contracts that we all agree to live by. It was a little bit messed up because I had to throw Duck's name in there, but I still got through it. You didn't even hear me stutter, right? Yeah. I got golf clap me. Way to go, me. Good job.
You know what? I will give you a satisfactory because you did not say Buck twice. So good job.
Yeah. I had to get enough shit from you and everybody else about calling him Buck for 2 episodes when he was filling in.
Hey man, you missed me. That's all there is to it. You know, that's just it. I thought that we were fizzling out, but then when Duck got here and he just wasn't a good enough placebo Buck. It's okay.
I could never fill his shoes.
He doesn't even need shoes.
Do you wear shoes?
I haven't worn shoes since 2019.
Wow. I assumed you did, actually. That was just a joke.
No, only when I go out in public.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that. Feet. Ugh.
No shirt, no shoes, no service still apply. Well, not so much. I mean, like you socks at best now. I gotta be honest. It's socks. I have an attractive display of socks. I don't fuck with shoes. No, I don't walk. Why do I need them? Just keep.
Fair enough. Well, guys, our first story comes from KFDM News 6. Security footage shows suspected lawnmower thief mowing victim's grass with it. This comes out of Port Arthur, as the Port Arthur police are seeking information on the whereabouts of Marcus Hubbard, who police say is a suspect in a burglary of a Port Arthur home. Security footage released by PAPD appears to show the suspect, identified by police as Hubbard, stealing a lawnmower from the home. In the footage, the suspect is seen entering the property and grabbing the lawnmower, filling it up with gasoline, and then mowing the front and backyards of the home before leaving the property with the mower. According to a Facebook post by PAPD, when officers responded to the residence, they saw Hubbard running away from the home while dragging the lawnmower. Police say Hubbard abandoned the lawnmower in an alley and evaded police.
You ever see that meme where it's like, you're a bad guy, but it doesn't mean you have to be a bad guy?
I mean,
that's what this story reminded me of.
Was he actually trying to steal the lawnmower? Or did he just run when he saw the cops? I mean, I'd love to know. But I love how he's trying to run from the cops, still dragging the lawnmower behind him. I mean, seriously, what was the thought process here? I'm going to steal this guy's lawnmower, but I'm going to go ahead and mow it one more time just so he has time to get another one?
Maybe that probably was his exact thought process.
I think we need to peel a few more layers of this onion back a little bit, man. I think the lights are on, but I don't think there's anybody home. Like,
if this guy is arrested, we're writing him a letter because I want to find out what his thought process was. I really do.
I mean, I'm trying to like think in an alternate universe kind of way here. Like maybe it was bad drugs. Like, and I just
no, I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to go there. I don't want to say it was drugs because the guy went into the property, found the lawnmower, filled it with gas, and then mowed the dude's lawn. I mean, I want to know what was going on here. Was he just trying to be something nice for his neighbors, and he's afraid of the cops? Because the cops obviously knew him because they could tell who it was from the surveillance footage. They knew this cat.
I think that is actually like a very plausible explanation. Like, dude was just trying to do something nice. And, maybe heard the cops coming up and he's like, oh, fuck, and then tries to jet. But still, dragging a lawnmower,
It's so weird.
I know. Like, that's why I'm saying, like,
and
bad drugs, good alcohol.
I'm looking at a thumbnail from the surveillance footage. It's dark. It's nighttime. There's streetlights on.
I think booze had something to do with this. I
He
really,
need,
I cannot. It's got to be alcohol or drugs. I mean, what do you think, Doc?
I think he needed a lawnmower. He realized that his victim hadn't mowed that week and was like, I gotta mow it. That's the least I can do.
Yeah,
He's probably just
I kind of
broke.
hope he's a criminal with a conscience. That's kind of what I'm hoping for here.
Oh,
I don't know. I think we need to try to reach out to this cat. We need to find him on Facebook. We need to find him if he's an inmate. We'll write him a letter. We're gonna find this dude. 'Cause I want to know. I want to know.
You know what? I'll bet you $1. I'll bet you a real dollar that if we found this guy in a jail and could actually like write him, he'd probably give us an exclusive interview for maybe 2 honey buns and a couple of soups.
A couple of ramens, man.
I mean, like
You gotta get
Dude,
that
we-
picante beef ramen. That's valuable in there.
How would you know?
no.
It's a street flavor. I'm just kidding. I'm quoting Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay. Ramen noodles
All right.
are like the dollar bill of prison currency.
I'll take that bet.
But
I'll take that bet.
He's got
I mean,
a dollar.
like,
He's
fine.
got a dollar.
okay, Duck. Hold on, wait. So if you're gonna take me up on my completely unrealistic bet that I only put $1 on, then I leave you with the burden of locating this man, of writing to him, of
Oh, boy.
proposing the agreement.
Why
and the
isn't
trade.
your retired ass doing this?
Because I can't even scratch my own nose.
I've seen you scratch your
Like-
nose during this video.
Dude, that was not me scratching. That was the equivalent of a like drunk toddler trying to get something out of their vista. Like, trust me. Listen, man, this is not a reliable ship to set on any voyage here. The SS Buck is a party boat. That is it. That is it. Do not give me a job, not even one. You know, you only had no. If you want to fall back on somebody and be like, "Oh my God, you only had one job," one job is too much for me. I am like 2 steps away from Stephen Hawking level handicap. Okay, that's like legit.
All right.
Duck, you want that dollar? You find the guy. Okay, you've got carte blanche. I'm willing to put forth $10 to put on
We'll
this
see what
man's
happens.
book. Okay, if you can barter the trade, we'll see if he'll do it for $1.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
Someone put money on his books.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I'm not going to rate this dude because I want to know what his motives are before. I'm going to reserve my rating until such time as I find out what his motives are.
I'm in agreement with that. Like, this is just too.
It could be, in all reality, it could be something mental illness. It could be, it could just be a thing for the conscience, or it could be a complete misunderstanding. I don't know. So I don't want to rate the guy until we find out more.
Yeah, agreed.
Duck.
What about you, Duck?
No, yep. I'll reserve my judgment.
Well, our next story comes from Audacy.com. Jury finds man guilty of shooting friend over a game of Uno. I'm not even going to read this story yet before I come to one conclusion. You know, this dude, you know, there is a time when you're playing Uno, you got that one card left. And there's 2 things that could happen. One, you could forget to say Uno and then they get you. That sucks. But the other thing is you're looking at the guy across the table, you're like, I'm going to win. And all of a sudden, this cat lays down, draw 4, wild card, reverse, you know, and just annihilates your being. I can see you wanting to shoot a motherfucker.
100%. 100%. I can sympathize with the aggressor here.
It's like, you know, all of a sudden he gets the fucking heart of the cards and just annihilates your being. Yeah, I can see it. On December 13th of 2020, a man named Tyler Grant got into an argument with a friend over a card game. The card game was Uno, and it ended in gunfire. So we got a writer on our hands here. Officials say that Grant shot his friend in the arm and then stood over him while threatening to kill him. He fled the scene before police arrived. Per Fox 5 in Atlanta, police say the victim told police he injured himself in a drive-by shooting, but later revealed the truth. Grant was arrested at the Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport on April 2nd of 2021. Why are we just now getting to this? A jury recently found that the now 34-year-old Grant guilty of aggravated assault and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, and he will be sentenced at a later date. Not much to the story there, but I would like to think that, you know, he had one card left. And his friend was laughing his ass off as he dropped multiple draw fours and multiple wild cards in his lap and laughed and laughed. And much like the dog in Duck Hunt, just begged to be shot.
Now, let me tell you what, man. I tell you what. This is not your scenario. To me, would never even, like, I'll tell you what right now. If I'm sitting there with one card left and I've declared it Uno, and I'm looking across the table at your smug ass sitting there with a handful of cards and not a drop of sweat on your brow, I know for a fucking fact that this game is far from over. Like, I know it. I know it. And you know what? Dude with the gun should have known it too, man. Like, when those there can only be Uno. There can only be Uno. Like, that's it.
There was a group of people I used to watch that did Let's Plays on YouTube. And one of the videos they put up there was them. They decided to play a game of Uno. And I remember that it got broke down into like 5 different videos. And it ended up being like 2.5 hours of this one fucking game of Uno. You know, people make the joke about Monopoly, but I think Uno is that game that if you actually play Monopoly the way the rules are written, not by the rules everyone thinks are the rules, it can be a pretty quick game. But Uno, dear Lord, you have no idea. It could be a 5-minute, jaunt into entertainment, or it can be a grueling hour, multiple hour adventure that you did not want.
People have lost so much when the game of Uno gets put on the table, man. Dinner plans get canceled, marriages get ruined, families get separated, all because of that multicolored farce of entertainment.
Do you guys,
but no, in all reality,
do you guys want to play Uno later?
No. Do you want to get shot later?
We're all multiple hours apart from each other. I think we're safe. See,
That's why I'm saying I'm in.
I don't think either one of you are angry enough to get a plane ticket.
Try me, bitch.
Man, I don't know, man.
I'm just kidding.
Ducks fly. Bucks sit. Okay.
Bucks hide in the shrubbery.
Yeah, man. I ain't getting shot. Not me.